love your wishbone.
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 It's the Wishbone Podcast with Dave and JD.
That is one big pile of shit.
Pants got tighter. So when you happen to deal with shit, listen to some shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
But every single thing would suggest that Hulk Hogan is just a giant piece of shit. So I'm. By the way, if I have to get up and drop his shit, it's because this is the first beer I've had since last Saturday. So
Makes sense.
yeah, you'll just have to keep it rolling. Okay, should we kick it off?
Let's go.
All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Wishbone Podcast, everybody. I'm Dave,
I'm JD.
and we're excited to be back for another episode. Got a lot of really, really great stuff today, JD. I think we've got just fire topics today. A great Crushmore. There's some other stuff if we have time to get to it. But of course, before we get to that, I'm going to do the plug. Hit us up, linktree.com/wishbone media. That's where you can find all of our stuff. The podcast, YouTube channel, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it's called. There is a store on there. By the way, I'm going to do a quick plug. If you're checking us out on YouTube, the man, the myth, the legend, you can go get your very own. And I'm probably going to spend tomorrow, by the way, making even more stuff for the store to get it out there. So a lot of stuff. Check it out, engage with us. And with that note, let's kick things off here, JD. And before we get into the topics for this week.
Hang on one second. The fact that you just stood up and showed at the camera for the listening audience, it is a shirt that Dave is wearing that says the man, the myth, the legend. And it's a very goofy photo of Dave's face on the t-shirt.
It's my famous dark face that everybody, I've
Yep.
been told everybody loves it. So go check out the swag on the store. So before we get into the topics, for those of you who have been listening along, if you listened to the podcast last week, and if you haven't, go check it out, by the way, because it's fantastic. I've been told that we have an update to a story that JD shared last week. And so, JD, I'm going to tell you right now, since last week, I have not looked up anything about this topic that you shared. And so I'm going to turn it over to you and just let us know what's going on.
All right. So last podcast, I shared a story about the three unfortunate souls that passed away, froze to death in the back of the house of a Kansas City Chiefs fan. They got together for the game. There was the Kansas City Chiefs against the Chargers, all that fun stuff. And apparently there was another guy that was there who has flat out called the homeowner a big liar. And the homeowner also came out and said that he slept, and I don't know what he could have been on. Couldn't have been booze, but he apparently slept for 48 hours and had no idea that his friends were out back frozen to death. So a lot of the families of the deceased have come out like, man, there was something else there. There's something could have happened, whatever. Still, the cops look at the homeowner as going, there is no negligence done, stuff like that. But as of right now, during this podcast, yeah, a lot more is coming out, but nothing so specific where we could go into it for like 20, 30 minutes to discuss it. It's just that there was another person there who has come out to say that, no, the homeowner is an absolute liar. What he means by that has yet to be determined, but I did have the homeowner's name. It's out there. You can look it up. It's out there. It's not a secret. You can look it up. I completely forgot to put it in my notes here. But yeah, it's such a weird thing to have happen. And for somebody to say that he just slept for 48 hours. And also when it came to talking to the cops, Ashley informed me that he has changed his story at least 3 separate times to the police.
Ooh, that's never good.
No. So when you keep changing your story about what you were doing, everything like that, it's something. Y'all look it up. Just I mean, I hate to say Google 3 dead Chiefs fans, but I mean that's pretty much going to send you to it. Just look it up, read up on it, and when something else happens, and the next pod comes out, we'll do another update. And I really hope that before the next podcast comes out, we like they will have a complete answer for it, that we could have like a closure to it.
Oh,
So
dude.
it's not like one of those deals where it's like if we got 17 pods in and we're still talking about
No,
it.
dude, I want this to be like our running story for the entire year. Like when we get to like December of 2024, we're like, that's when like season 1 ends, right? That's when I want the closure. I want like a little tidbit update every week because this story is too juicy. That's all I'll say about that.
It's a juicy story. It's a juicy story, kind of like the girl that stole $2,500 in Stanley mugs, but that's a different topic.
Different topic for a different day.
So, how about this, David?
Yeah.
Do you like Taylor Swift?
I don't I don't hate Taylor Swift. I like a couple of her songs. I would not consider myself a Swiftie by any means, but I also don't despise her. Let's put it that way.
Are you okay with her being shown at the football games, stuff like that? See, now I'm not really super against it because I don't care.
That's
But are you like super mad about it?
You and I are agents of chaos this way. Okay. We are a lot alike in this way. The more that T Swift being shown at these football games pisses a certain crowd of people off, the more I want her to be shown on my TV screen. Okay.
Now, see, you are right. There is a group of people who don't want to see her. But let me tell you something. There is one dude
Oh boy.
who definitely wants to see Taylor Swift. His name is David Crow, 33 years old. Okay.
Okay.
This dude uh was legit uh arraigned, arrested for stalking Taylor Swift's home. All
Okay.
right. Okay. So he was arrested, he was arraigned, all that, don't do this. You're dumb. He actually went to her house multiple times.
Uh,
Her security was like, get the hell out of here, up until finally he was arrested. So, homeboy, uh, so he got released from jail.
okay.
If you ever went to jail, what do you think is the first thing you would do? Do you think maybe, you know what, jail food sucks, or go to a fast food joint, maybe go think about, what you've done, maybe think about different options in life, whatever. Like what would you do? Like if you did a certain thing, let's just say stalking somebody,
Sure.
and you're arrested for it, and you decided that, and not decide, but you were finally let go out of jail, what would be like the first thing you would do?
Assuming I've got money to do so, I'm probably going out to get it. And this, of course, depends on how long you've been in there. I would say number one is probably going to a nice restaurant to get some food. Or number two, if I haven't been in there super long, I'm probably going to find a place to go number two. Because I can't imagine I'm going to be, dropping shit in front of a bunch of people in a jail cell. But those would be two. Either it's food or I'm finding a bathroom.
Well, you are not David Crow because he went right back to Taylor Swift's house
Oh,
and got arrested for stalking yet again.
ah,
Court order against him: do not stalk Taylor Swift and all that shit. I mean, it's he's due back in court now March 12th. But when he got dude, like this story's great. I mean, anybody can look it up, but It's great just due to the fact that some guy was so obsessed with her who was like, and every time from what I was reading, he walked up to her, is like, she said she needs to talk to me.
Jesus Christ.
And so I want to talk to her. No, you're not going to. So multiple times of just being shooed away, finally got arrested, gets locked up for a little bit, gets out. First thing he does is goes back.
I mean, until he catches that ass beating from the Kelsey brothers, maybe he's just not going to learn his lesson, right? I
That's
need like Jason and Travis out there shirtless, just giving him the ultimate beat down.
See, that's what I was thinking when all this came out, is that I know there's so many people against Taylor Swift for reasons unknown.
Whatever.
I'm not a big fan of her music, but I can respect her talent. And that's the difference when it comes to appreciating like an artist. Just
Mhm.
because I don't like their music doesn't mean I think they suck.
Yeah.
No, they are great at what they do. I'm just not a fan of her music. But to be stalking somebody
Mm. Mm.
and then to be thrown in jail, to then ultimately be released, and the very first thing you do is to go back to the scene.
All right. So listen. Okay. I'm not going to sit here. Obviously, there's probably some mental health issues with this gentleman, right? Which I'm not going to get into that.
He's
Whatever.
fucked up.
Either get some meds or lock him up, right? That being aside, so when you first shared this with me earlier, it got me thinking about a couple of different things. And so I want to run this by you. And first of all, I am not condoning stalker behavior, but it did make me think, if you were ever going to stalk a celebrity, male or female, I'm not judging here. We have our different reasons for different things. Who are you stalking?
Britney
Who's
Spears. Britney Spears, she's
no,
batshit fucking crazy.
I
All
didn't
right.
even I didn't even finish the question, and you were like, "Yeah, Britney Spears," because you think you might smash because she's crazy, right? Like she might be like,
No,
"Oh,
listen. Only reason why I would is because she just got kicked out of the Four Seasons forever because she was in the pool topless.
look,
All right. That's why.
of all the times I'm not at the Four Seasons pool, right? Come
I
on,
think okay. So if I were to ever, and granted, I'm too lazy to even fold my own laundry.
yeah,
Let's just put this out there. And laziness is like the key to my game. If I were to, if I would even want to, I'm having a hard time thinking who I would really give two shits about to actually put myself in that thing.
yeah,
Because I know some people would be like, well, I want to see what Elon Musk is up to. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, get out of here.
Like,
No,
I want to see what Bezos. I don't care.
no,
Like I don't need to see like these millionaires. Um, maybe. Oh man, dude, you got me in a bind here because I don't even know if it would be like a celebrity. You know what? You know who maybe I would put down there? And let me tell you, Alex Jones.
oh, okay, that's interesting. All right. Because you want like a glimpse into a day of just pure insanity, right? Like, yeah, okay.
I would love to have like a him in his house kind of peak, but I can almost guarantee he walks around naked.
Oh, dude, 1,000%. If you forced me to bet money, I'm taking the over on Alex Jones walking around his house naked every time.
And he has to look like a frog with more bumps. 100%. Like it has to be just a like it's him. How many broken mirrors are in there? Because he's just punching them, getting into arguments with himself.
Just like he's like prepping for this, like, ah.
So like I would never like when you mention that, it's like people would want to have like the stalker, like the sexual like thing. Like no, I want to like know like what goes somebody
Yeah.
like
You
what
want like
goes
the
through
dirt.
somebody's head.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? Like I want to see like the Alex Jones like basement, like him like string theory, putting shit up. and
Like A Beautiful Mind with like all of his shit on
yeah,
the wall.
of just him trying to figure out what's going on. Or let me go to the sports part of it. Maybe Mark Ananasio so I can figure out why the fuck he doesn't spend any money.
Oh, here we go.
But
Hey, listen,
okay,
we
I'm
just
done.
signed.
I'm
Listen,
done.
okay. All
I'm
right.
done.
Listen, it's
I know we
different.
got Reese Hoskins. That's different thing, different thing.
All right,
But
different topic, different day.
who would you be after? Who would you
Uh
look at?
so not to be a creeper, I have given this some thought, and now I feel bad about my answer. I was just gonna say her name is Liz Gillies. And if you don't have a kid, you probably don't
Sounds like a hot dog.
look, if you do Glizzy, Liz Glizzies. If you don't know who that is, it's probably because you don't have a young child. She was on the show Victorious, which I believe was a Nickelodeon show. Um, she's an adult now, by the way. Knock it off. But she's very famous. She's a very beautiful woman. So if I was going to be like a creepy, mentally insane stalker, that's probably who I would.
What does she
Uh,
do now?
be rich. I don't think she's bet. She just did actually. You know what? She did a like holiday special with Seth MacFarlane actually, where they were like I don't know if they were like made up Christmas songs because they weren't like real Christmas songs, but they were like on stage with a big orchestra singing bullshit holiday songs. So
All right
keeping
then.
herself busy anyway. Probably horrible memories of Dan Schneider and feet. That's a whole different topic. So, okay, second question. Okay, so we know who would we stalk now. We took that very different ways. The other thing I've thought about, this came to me in the bathroom the other day.
Oh, good.
There is no, let's say you and I were single. Okay, it's a different
Mhm.
universe. Okay, and we happen to run into whoever our female celebrity crush is at the grocery store. There is 0% chance that a celebrity would ever want to date a normal person, right? Like I can't imagine any scenario where any famous female star would ever be like, "Oh, we're hanging out in your garage on a Sunday for the baseball game drinking beers." What the fuck? Like, no, I'm not doing that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Like, I think
No,
our
I think you're wrong. I think you're
really,
wrong.
really.
I think you're wrong because that would be the most normalcy they would ever have.
I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like they've gotten so accustomed to living this different life that they don't
But
even know things
think about it.
exist.
Think about it. You could put a celebrity in your garage during baseball season. Nobody in the goddamn world would know.
That's fair. That sounds a little creepy, but also fair. Yeah.
Well, the way I said it is like we're gonna keep them there forever. It's like no, like if somebody showed up, like let's just say, for example, like Jordan Love from the Packers wanted to, for some reason, just like go around Eau Claire. We could easily have Jordan Love chilling in your garage, having a beer, watching the baseball game. Nobody would know.
They wouldn't. And I think that would be a better time for him than if he were just like out of the
Yeah.
bar in public, first of all, because I don't think we would make a big deal about it. I would probably get nervous and like drink even faster than normal. So I would just become a giant sloppy fucking mess. But other than that, normal Sunday.
No, I feel like when you're talking about the celebrities like your garage and stuff like that, if they had an escape area to not have cameras, everything, and you could actually talk to them like they're a person, I feel like that would be better than what you were just trying to say, like, no, they wouldn't do it. Like, yeah, they would. They would 100% would rather just have like one day of escape without paparazzi and
Yeah.
all that shit.
All right. Final question then.
Okay.
Let me see how far I can take this. Do you think there's any female celebrity out there that would stay with me after I got way too drunk during a football game, spilled hot soup on my lap, and sharted my pants? Yes or no question. You know what? Your pause tells me all I need to know.
Well, wait,
I'm
no,
lucky
no,
I've
I'm
got
I'm
Heather.
I'm going through the Rolodex. The thing is though,
Who's the most disgusting celebrity I can
listen,
think of?
listen. If you want to go like every celebrity, yes, one would.
See, we need to figure out who that one is, and we need to invite her onto the podcast.
We need to figure out somebody who like their fame died in the 80s. They ain't gonna be young, Dave.
All right, beggars can't be choosers. Look, I would take any. I'm not saying to like bang or anything. I'm just saying like I would like any sort of clout that we can get if we invite, like, hey, you're a
Well,
C-list celebrity now.
well, no one's gonna bang dick soup, so whatever. But it, I mean, dude, yeah, I would say there has to be some neglected child star of the 80s who's like in their mid 40s or whatever now who would be like, oh, hey, by the way, I was either in this movie or in this band, be like, holy shit.
I like that that's my like wheelhouse now. I mean, it's probably been my wheelhouse forever, by the way, but like neglected child 80 star way past their prime. Like, hey, you got a shot, buddy. Got a shot.
Before before you before we move on to the next one, can we feel our age now?
Oh God.
You're 40, I'm 39.
Yep.
The good old girl, Say by the Bell, Kelly Kapowski turned 50.
Oh, still
Yeah.
got it though. Still got it.
Oh, she still got it, but how does that make you feel?
Not great. Not great. I still view Saved by the Bell as like, and that was like 20 years ago. That's like, no, it was like 30 years ago, dude. Like,
Oh man.
um, all right, on that note, this is awkward transition. So my topic this week, JD, comes straight from the great state of Florida, Port Charlotte, Florida, to be exact.
Oh, Florida man. I love Florida.
Everyone loves a good Florida man. So I'm just going to read the first paragraph here. Port Charlotte, Florida. A Walmart customer accidentally left his phone in the bathroom, and the person who found it allegedly used it to call in a fake bomb threat to the store, according to deputies. Now, I got to tell you, JD, they've got this guy's mugshot, and I'll share it on I'll share it on the socials at some point here this weekend. They've got this guy's mugshot on here, and he looks like an absolute chud. Like he looks like the guy who would find a phone in the shitter at Walmart and call in a fake bomb threat. Okay. And what makes it even better, his name is Cody Clements, but he spells his name Coty. Coty.
Ew,
Ah,
no.
that's the only appropriate response to that, right?
No, you do not spell Cody like that.
Like when
I will take, of course, CODY. I will take CODI. I will take KODY,
yep,
KODI. Why is there a T?
yeah. I mean, like it's like the most Florida thing ever, right? Coty. I feel like if you're a parent and you've named your kid Cody and that's the way that you've chosen to spell it, you're dooming that kid to be a person who calls in a fake bomb threat at Walmart at some point in his life.
Either either that or you just know your kid's gonna be doing drugs.
This guy doesn't look like he definitely looks like he enjoys some burrs.
So someone's gonna hear this and be like, "My name's Cody with a T, and I'm a graduate from, whatever, and I'm successful." It's like, you know what? Good on you. You're like the 0.001%
Yeah.
of Cody's with a T.
You are the only Cody in the universe spelled with a T that
So do
actually
you think he
accomplished something.
corrects them when they say Cody? Or he's like, no, it's Cody.
Oh, he looks like the kind of guy who would absolutely enunciate that T. 100%. So Cody is 28 years old. So, hey, great job, buddy. You're really setting your life up for success here. He faces a felony charge of false report about planting a bomb or weapon of mass destruction. Look, I'm not a lawyer. That can't be good. So apparently what happens here,
Now, hang on before you move on. He was in the bathroom, right?
correct?
And he did that. Was he dropping a bomb of
Uh-huh.
mass destruction?
So you say like, oh my God, I need to call 911 and report this bomb that I'm dropping off at Walmart.
Okay, listen, I mean, I don't know the Walmarts across the nation, but the Walmarts around here, they have a Subway in there, and I can almost guarantee if you don't get hepatitis, you're going to get shotgun diarrhea. So maybe he had a small lunch,
Look, if I'm his
found a
lawyer,
phone.
if I'm his lawyer, that's probably would have been the first place. Like, listen, we have to spin this that you were dropping such a shit you had to call 911 because you needed medical help.
And I want to hear that 911 call. Because if I can hear background splatter, then maybe his defense is okay.
Well,
Be like, no.
here's where poor Coty, sorry, screwed himself. Okay, so he calls and he calls in the bomb threat, hangs up the phone. 911 calls back because that's what 911 does. Anybody who's accidentally dialed 911 and you hang up the phone, they call you
Guilty.
back. Yeah, 100%. You were at my house this summer when I did it by accident.
Yep.
Um, so they call him back. This motherfucker answers the phone, and all he says is tick tock, tick tock before hanging up again.
Was he doing a TikTok video and they interrupted though?
You know what though? You know what though? I'm glad you said that because it goes on to say, like later on in the article, that he claims that he saw people doing this on TikTok. Like, oh, people find a phone that's not theirs, they use it to call in a fake bomb threat, and then they post the video to TikTok. The downfall of civilization, by the way. Um,
I'll
so
have to ask Ashley about that if there's
I'd be
actually
curious.
something like that.
Listen, I'm not on TikTok nearly as much as I was probably a year or two ago. I have not seen anything on there, but that doesn't mean it's not a thing because TikTok's ridiculous. Um, so okay, this whole thing goes down. Obviously, he's panicking because he knows, like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. So he ditches the phone. They've got video of him like leaving the Walmart and then coming like casually strolling back in, like, oh, I didn't do anything. Cops show up. They track down the original owner of the phone. They've got video of the bathroom, like surveillance, guy coming in, leaving. So they catch this guy. He's gonna probably get in some pretty deep shit. But I just, the thing that kept coming to my mind here, JD, is listen, you and I have done dumb shit. There is
Hmm.
no doubt about it. And we probably did the majority of our super dumb shit though when we were younger than 28 years old. I'm still like high school age, right? Never anything as dumb as this. What are we? This guy? How is this guy even employable? Like, how could you be this dense to do this?
It's, I don't know what he could have been like thinking. Like, I guess, like, was there any kind of like a background on this guy? Like, does he have like a rap sheet like a mile long?
Not that they mentioned.
Or
Nah,
or was it something where because every time I hear something like this, I'm either thinking like it's somebody who has just been, fucking up the entire time,
yeah,
and that's all they're doing. Or and the thing is though, what's really weird about it is that he did not just steal the phone. He called in a threat
yeah,
and trying to blame it on a social media platform
yeah.
now to be like, oh, well, all the kids are doing it. It's like you do realize that what you're trying to do is you're bringing in all these resources because you're claiming there's a bomb there.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So I don't know if it's a mental health thing. I mean, if there is, get some help, get hit by a baseball bat or something. Or I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know mental health, like I go through it myself and shit like that.
You've
But with
never
my
stalked somebody or called it a bomb threat, though.
but with my mental health, I've never even remotely come close to that shit. So this is beyond mental health. This is
Yeah.
you just fucked up.
Yeah.
You want to do this, and do we even know like if Cody is maybe homeless and just want to get arrested to have a place to stay?
I don't
Like,
think so. He looked very clean in his mugshot photo. Like he was clean shaven, he had a haircut, like everything looked. I mean, it's kind of a dumb fat face, the kind of face that would be like an idiot would call it a bomb threat. But
wow. So I maybe he
Plus, who wants to
Man,
go to jail in Florida, dude? If you're homeless, listen, I'm not saying anybody wants to. Well, some homeless people probably want to be homeless, but like Florida would be the place to be homeless. Now,
well,
here, probably not, but
I don't want to be, I just don't want to be that guy. But sometimes people do that shit, and their mind's so whacked out that, and granted, I mean, we can bleep this out later on, but it easily could have been like a suicide by cop.
yeah.
That somebody does that, they come in, they're like, oh no, it's gonna fucking explode, and all of a sudden they shoot the guy, and that's where he wanted to go.
And he chickened out. He chickened
It's
out.
well, that's the thing. It's just so bizarre seeing that. That's why I told you, like, your topic's way better than mine because there's a lot to gravitate towards that.
Dude, fucking Chud in Florida causing bomb threat. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right, should we move on to our Crushmore here this week?
Yeah, you know what? Let me pull up because we have our I guess we could say moderator, administrator, Ashley,
Did you actually
gave.
did you prepare for this one? I feel like the first 2 weeks have been like, oh God, I don't have a list of stuff. I'm just gonna have to wing it.
I'm pretty much going to wing it
Listen,
because
I'm meticulously prepared, sir.
oh, you printed out shit?
Yeah, otherwise I'd be going shit. Look, I will say this. This is maybe gonna feel like I mailed this one in or phoned it in, but this was a tough one for me. A very tough one for me.
Okay, so do you want Ashley's well, wait, I jumped the gun. Say the topic.
All right, so this week for the Crushmore, we've got the 4 animals you'd most want as a pet. And we are not including like dogs, cats, like normal shit that you could go to the pet store and get. These are like what are the animals that are not realistically going to be your pet? Which ones, the top 4 that you would want?
And
I know one of yours.
I'm going, of course you're gonna know what I mind. I got stuffed animals of them. Leave me alone. And but let's just say this. It's not about the possible mauling you would get from
Sure.
having one as a pet. All right.
We're
So
we're we're pretending here. Okay.
let's get that out of the way. Would you like Ashley's list first, and then you and I can go, or would you like hers last?
No, let's go with Ashley's first. I kind of want to see like if I was on the right track here, if I'm going to get made fun
All
of
right.
because my list is stupid.
Okay, so we're gonna go like because it's not like a draft thing where if you pick one you can't have it. All right. So here's her top 4: red panda,
Yep.
Siberian tiger,
Okay.
penguin, and mini Highland cow. Look it up. That thing is gorgeous.
Okay, mini Highland cow. I'm gonna have to mark that
Mhm.
down. We'll have to put a picture of that on social media because I have no earthly idea what that is.
It's those it's those Scottish cows that you'll see that have like the hair over their eyes and the huge horns,
Oh, okay.
but they're smaller.
Oh,
Yeah. And they have them in Nebraska.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that would be the only reason we would ever probably visit Nebraska. No
Well,
offense, Nebraska.
for the corn.
Listen, I can get corn here.
I've been through there. It's actually a very nice state.
All right.
All right. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I will say Badger
Oh, that's a
would
cool
be
one.
would be phenomenal if it
Yeah.
wouldn't beat the shit out of me.
If you could train it to maul other people, that would be perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Crow.
Oh, smartest bird, right? Like this, like they're
Yep.
very smart birds.
I love crows.
They're supposed to be bad luck, but I
Yep.
don't think I ever bought into that. But
If I had a chance to have the pet of I would say, because I keep seeing them on videos, like black bears, like a small black bear, like one who's an adult but doesn't get super hulky, but can protect the house would be great.
yeah,
And then, of course, my number one always is otter.
otter, of course.
I love
Yeah.
otters. And then I had a chance to read about very large river otters that can be like up to 5 feet tall. I'm like, I don't want that fucking thing.
That sounds terrifying.
It is terrifying. Look it up. It's huge.
Good Lord.
Like that thing would box me to death.
Where does it
I
live?
Rivers, I don't know.
That could be anywhere.
Well, not near me, but
Okay, thank God.
I will have one honorable mention. One honorable mention would be a kangaroo.
Oh, that motherfucker will box you too. I've seen those videos where like the kangaroo starts fighting a motherfucker, like, or like he's trying to drown the dude's dog and the dog like jumps in the lake. Like, oi, get going, me dog. And he's just fighting that thing, dude.
Yeah, the only thing is though is like when with otters, I love otters. I don't like water. I can't swim.
It'll be very shallow water.
And then also a while ago, there's uh, news story about how a group of river otters like mauled some woman's face, and I did not feel any sorry. I was like, "Oh, how cute were they?"
Right. I mean, people should know better. Don't mess with fucking wild animals, dude. Like,
Yeah, don't piss around with them.
hey, can I get some clarification here?
What's
You
up?
said uh badger,
Hmm.
crow, otter. What the hell was your fourth one?
Black bear.
Black bear. Okay, that's right. I don't know why that like skipped my brain there for a second.
Just if I could like I don't want the big beast. I mean, it would be fun. Like if I knew that he would never kill me.
Right, fucking Grizzly Adams over here.
Yeah. But it would be like if I had like I don't know if he was like maybe a few pounds more than Saint Bernard.
Oh, sure.
You
Yeah.
know, something like that. Maybe like the runt of the litter, kind of like a black bear. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
don't
hate that.
I don't want full grown where it's like, okay, you own the house
8 feet tall, fucking 700
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah. Like sitting next to me and I stand up and I'm still shorter.
All right. Okay. Well, now I feel kind of weird about my list, but that's okay. We're gonna do it. So first one for me, Bengal tiger. I mean, who doesn't want a big, if you can't pick a cat, you got to pick a different kind of cat. So
So you don't like the white striped tigers, do you?
no, I do like the white stripe. I do. I would take either one, quite frankly, but I wrote Bengal tiger down. I'll let Ash have the Siberian tiger. Um, the weird thing is too, my second one is just a regular panda. I know Ash said red panda. I picked regular panda. I saw one of these videos the other day. Pandas at this big fat goofy panda, and he just starts taking a tumble down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's my spirit animal, right? Just
Oh yeah.
eating shit, just lazy, whatever. Um, the last two, it's because I was kind of in my feels. The first one is an elephant.
Mm.
And I think elephant would be cool. They're smart animals. They love humans. Like they have that connection to humans. And they're horribly mistreated in captivity. Like I fucking hate the circus. I will not go to the circus and support that shit because I don't think they treat them well.
They have a very good memory though too.
They really do. Yeah. So like that, like I would want like an elephant sanctuary so no one can go poach them and mistreat them and do all that shit. Um, and my last one, this is along the same lines, is a white rhino. And fun fact, there are only two white rhinos left in existence. There's two females. They're in a sanctuary, I think in Africa somewhere. They're guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because these asshole fucking poachers,
Yep.
like, I just don't like anybody who poaches animals. I'm just going to throw this out here. Anybody on this earth who poaches animals like that or who hunts exotic animals just for sport, you deserve every horrible thing to happen to you that could possibly happen. And I hope there's a hell so that you can burn in it. Like, I'll never understand that shit. I don't care how much money you have, go fuck yourself. You
Yeah,
should not be hunting these animals like that.
I've never understood that. Like if there's like a surplus where the population has to be knocked down a little bit,
Sure,
that's one thing.
sure.
But uh like you'll see like these, even like the gray rhinos out there with their horns cut off because they
Yeah.
use that for shit. And here's where I'm going to add on to it. If you're one of these people who will buy stuff with that particular, you know, part of their body in there, you can also burn. And
Yep.
I hope it hurts
Yep.
because it's ridiculous. There's so many other things that you can have. Why do you need to have something from an animal
Yeah.
like that? And like, because if you cut off the main horn of a rhino, it has no way to self-defend itself.
Yeah.
It's going to end up dying. It can't do anything. And I know we're getting now deep into it, but no, like fuck those people. Fuck those big game people who are like, I have to go kill this. Like, why?
Like, no, you
Why?
don't. How
Like
about we
what is
hunt
it?
you? Like,
What like well, my question is like what do you get out of it? Because most of those big game kind of hunter like those excursions that they do, they're they don't even use the animal. They
no.
they just kill them. And I know there's going to be some people out there who hear this and they're like, well, you know, when I hunt, I use all that. Well, I know you're going to take all the things out of a fucking deer.
Sure. Yeah.
Good Lord. And
I will never
granted,
criticize anybody for hunting deer, like ever. Won't do it.
no,
Like,
no, I grew up on a farm. I know
yeah,
exactly what the deer population can do. Yes, you got to thin it out because you got to protect your crops and stuff like that. But stuff like that, when it's endangered and you pay millions to go and kill one, that's where I'm drawing the line on that shit.
yeah.
Just stop. Just stop what you're doing. Like you could instead of in and I'm not ever one to tell somebody what to do with their money. But if you spend like 1.5 million to go to Africa just to kill a certain being who is endangered, you never thought you could have used that money for anything better? Anything at all? It's like,
Anything.
what does it give you? Like, you'll even see like these big hunting, like these deer hunting things in the States now, where all they do is they grow big ass fucking deer and they'll put people in the perfect blinds and all that, and they'll kill them and shoot them and,
There's not even
whatever.
any sport in it. Like, you're not even
No,
actually hunting. You're just
you,
sitting there and they're releasing an animal for you to
yeah,
shoot. Like,
yeah. You're not tracking, you're not doing this, you're with somebody else with a guide.
yeah.
You know what? Do it the right way. You drive and you put the gun out your driver's side window, motherfucker.
You do it how we did it back in the
And
90s.
and you hit that some bitch on somebody else's property and you throw that thing in your trunk. You do it like men used to do.
After drinking 18 in
Yep.
old Milwaukee's.
Listen, listen. That snow on the ground, that was a weird track to follow. Because those tires did not turn right.
Jesus Christ.
And we thought it was hydraulic fluid. Nope, it was blood.
Oops. All right, so I think we just have a few minutes left.
Yep.
Can we do the Guy Fieri thing? Can we do the
Go
Guy
ahead.
Fieri? Okay.
Go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right. So I need to ask you two questions here. Okay. The first question is, I just want your thoughts or feelings. Like, how does JD feel about Guy Fieri? Fieri? I don't know. Guy Fieri, whatever.
I don't hate the guy. I think the gimmick of what he was doing has lost the luster. But I mean, the guy is a phenomenal cook.
Sure. Yeah.
And what he did for, you know, businesses for his diners, drive-ins, and dives, like he made those guys a lot of money for just putting them on his TV
Mhm.
show. Like he traveled and did that. So I can't get mad at a guy who went out and did that. I just feel like that the gimmick of the Guy Fieri thing lasted a little bit too long than what it should have. But let me tell you, I mean, he made a lot of money for places that you didn't think, because he'd go
Mm.
in there and be like, hey, how do you make this? Like whatever. He's like, I am right here in this state, in this town, at this address. Come here. And every place he's went to had a higher revenue because holy shit, we saw you on this show. People would travel from out of state to go see it. So, I mean, when it comes to making like the small person money, he did great.
Oh, for sure. But it sounds like to me like you feel okay. It's getting a little played out. Like the character of the Guy Fieri thing is a little played out. So it's run a long course. It really has.
Yeah.
Well, I got news for you, JD. Okay,
Oh
because
no, he's
there's
back.
oh, he's back,
Oh
and
no.
yeah, there is going to be a Guy Fieri music and food festival, baby. Music and food festival. Yeah, and here's what he said. Here's the official release. This is from Guy Fieri himself. You've been asking, and we've been planning. Flavortown Fest is coming to Columbus. So get your hats on, man, because June 1st and 2nd, we are heading down to Columbus for Guy
Give me
Fieri Flavortown Fest.
give me one motherfucker asking.
There's nobody is asking for this.
No, give me one guy asking.
So that begs the question. Here was the second question I asked you earlier. What band do you think is playing? You're never going to guess, by the way, but I'm curious. Like when you think Guy Fieri Flavortown Fest, what band do you think is playing at Guy Fieri Music Festival?
Oh boy. Oh man. I don't know. See the thing is like Guy Fieri was never like politicized for anything, so
No, no,
he wouldn't be like on the side of whatever. Oh man. It has to be like, is it Fish?
no. It is not Fish. That's a really good guess. So here are the two headliners for Flavortown Fest. Greta Von Vliet, which by the way, up until like a year ago, I thought that was a woman. It is not. It's a fucking band full of guys.
Dude, I love Greta Van Fleet.
Well, that's my bad. And then country star Kane Brown, who I have heard of because obviously my wife listens to country music. So like I would have guessed it would have been like some late '90s like alternative rock band or something. You know what I mean? Like that's when I look at Guy Fieri. That's kind of the I don't know. It's kind
Uh
of the vibe I get,
no,
but
that's not a terrible.
like Blur is playing at fucking I don't
No, not Blur.
know. I don't know.
It would probably be like
Three Doors Down. I don't know.
no, it needs to be somebody who always has something like, I guess, a band who would be known for like background music.
Oh God. Who's getting played in all the background? I don't
Yes
even
or
know.
no,
Fall Out Boy.
during that during that concert, does he drop down the money to have the hologram of Jimmy Buffett doing Cheeseburger in Paradise?
Look, if you were forcing me to bet, I would bet yes, just because it seems like a very Guy Fieri thing to do.
I
Doesn't it?
would I would say like it's gonna be mellow-ish like rock stuff, where because Guy Fieri is gonna have like uh, and the thing is like we're gonna make fun of him right now, but he's probably gonna bring in a lot of like no named like food trucks, vendors, stuff like
That
that.
would be my hope, right? Like, hey, these were
Yep.
some of the highlights from my time on the road. Like, let's bring these
Yeah.
people in here.
Yeah. And that's what I think he's gonna do. So I think it's gonna be like food first, music second kind
Yeah.
of a venue.
Yeah. And there's gonna be like a car show, which
Yeah.
seems very on point for Guy Fieri, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So it's probably not going to be a terrible time. I
I
would not go, but
dude, no. Hang on.
oh
Hang
boy.
on.
All right.
Hang
Okay.
on. Why would you not go to that knowing that you have the plethora of probably the greatest food you could ever taste, and you most likely have a lot of music in the background of shit that you know, because I don't know Guy Fieri's age, but even if he's like 15 years older than us, it's gonna be around that time.
Look, because I don't need to drive all the way goddamn down to Columbus to see Guy Fieri's mug plastered all over a bunch of shit at a festival. If it was within like an hour, maybe I would drive to check. Is the first and second on a weekend?
But
Maybe.
but you do realize it's not going to be his mug. It's going to be on a flame shirt
Oh, Jesus
and just
Christ.
explaining like what's going on.
That's what I'm
And
getting you
but
for your birthday is a fucking flame
and
Guy Fieri
and
shirt.
and almost like if you go to like a Renaissance festival, they give you like something Renaissance-y to wear. As soon as you enter, they're going to give you a flame shirt and a visor.
So what you're telling me is that Flavortown Fest, June 1st and 2nd, by the way, get your tickets. Guy Fieri, please sponsor us.
For God's sake, how is that not like a porn festival?
Okay, so it's you're saying to me it's going to be like the Renaissance Fair, but for like fucking dine-ins, drives, and dives. Dine-in, drives, and
Diners,
dives.
drive-ins, and dives.
Okay, whatever. It's going to be like the Renaissance Festival for that.
It's gonna be that because you're gonna have people who are invited from across the country to go there, serve their food and all that. And let me tell you one thing: the porta shitters are gonna be the most explosive that anybody has ever
Oh,
seen.
dude. You can't go number two there. You can't do it, dude.
Dude, it's all number two.
There's no way, dude. You'd have to be so there's no way. I'd shit my pants.
Dude,
I'd shit my
who
pants.
dude, after eating all that food, who's come out of your pips, dude? Like it's all brown. Like that's all it is. That's all you're doing. It's gonna be just grease, grease and grease, and maybe and and Guy Fieri's gonna go on stage. I know he's lost weight, but he's gonna go up there so bloated,
Oh,
like
dude, just sweaty. Meat
like
sweats.
two buttons just holding that fucking thing up. And he's like, "Hey, here comes the next band." Thud.
He's got like 13 rings on all of his fingers and
Yep.
shit.
13 rings. He has 8 chains around his neck. He just got his hair spiked up, 18 shades of bleach, and
Good
he's
Lord.
and he's begging for it. And how many sweaty pork groupies does he get in the back
Oh,
of that bus,
dude.
dude?
Dude.
It's
Just
like,
loaded with Fieri groupies back there, dude.
do you think his bed in his tour bus is a pan of bacon?
Okay, I was gonna say like a slab of ribs, but I would go either way on that. Yeah, it's one of the
Ooh,
two.
okay. It's a slab of ribs that you lay on and you cover with bacon.
Just cover yourself up.
Yep. But do you think he has buttons above the headboard?
Oh yeah, so like the sauce like shoots out, like squirts out,
Or
like
he's like, oh, Flavortown, and just tapping shit. I mean, hey, listen, I don't know how he lives, but I mean, it seems fun.
well, there's one way to find out, brother. Flavortown Fest, June 1st
Okay,
and 2nd, 2024, Columbus,
June
Ohio.
1st and 2nd. You know
Yeah.
what? Maybe if we get anybody to sponsor us to go,
Oh,
I
dude,
would go.
I would live stream like I would live stream from Flavortown Fest.
I would like for my phone, I would bring all my equipment. I would bring everything.
Yes.
I would wear one of those chest deals where it pops
It just
out.
like hangs out. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So if we have
And
any rich people listening to the podcast and you want to sponsor this, we will take offers.
if anybody wants to buy us tickets to go to Flavortown Fest in June, I would for sure go. And I might gain 28 pounds.
Worth it. All right. Last thing I got for you.
What's
Perfect
up?
transition. This is what I'm going to leave you. I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to do it. Pull this up here because I need to get your thoughts on this. We didn't do Smash or Pass last week, which I'm very disappointed by. And so I'm calling this Daphne Lundgren. Can you see that?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Are we Smash or Pass on that one?
Did
Go to
Do I-
YouTube and check out the show. By this will be
Do-
on our Facebook page on Saturday, but
do I have a choice?
I don't think you do, dude.
Like, if
Look at those blue
Dude.
eyes, though. Those are piercing, my friend.
I'm looking at that like 8-inch dip in the throat.
Look.
I mean, Daphne Lundgren would if they want to, I'm doing it. I'm not going to be happy.
All right.
I'll be crying the whole time.
All right. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
6, I'm going to give it a 4.
All right. 4 out of 10. Okay.
4 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'm going to give her a 5 out of 10.
4 out of 10. 4 out of
Okay.
10.
And make sure you check us out on Saturday on the Facebook channel, Smash or Pass Saturday. And you can give us your rating. Like, what would you out of 10? Daphne, and make sure you check out the previous 2 Saturdays because we had Danielle DeVito last Saturday. And I don't even know what we were calling Rambo the first Saturday. It was a fucking girl Rambo or something. So make sure you give us your rankings on that.
Oof.
All right, my friend. I think that's all the time we got for today. So we should probably say our dues here.
All right. Y'all take care. Dave will send us out.
Check us out, linktree.com/wishbone media. Like, subscribe, download, share with your friends, interact with us, check all our stuff out. We appreciate it, and we will see you on the next episode. See ya. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Wishbone Podcast. Please go check us out when you have a chance. Linktree.com/wishbone media. Check out all the different things that we've got going on. Like, subscribe, download, share us with your friends and family. We'd love to have you interact with us, buy some swag, anything that you can do to help support us. We greatly appreciate it, as always.